Hey guys, what's up? Spencer Rhodes here, and this is my review of The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 8, How It's Gotta Be. So, as some of you know, this pretty much applies to everyone. I don't know who it doesn't apply to. I don't know who actually managed to watch this episode without knowing. But as you know, I was aware of the Carl spoiler. I was aware that Carl, in some way, shape, or form, was probably going to die in episode 8 or episode 9. It would be around that time period. And, that's absolutely where they are going. Carl Grimes is fucked. He's dead. He's dead. He's 100% dead. He's going to be dead in episode 9. It's going to happen. There's no cure. He's not immune because someone's crying. Okay. Because, he's got some, magical immunity. He got so sick. He's got the same symptoms that anyone else that's gotten bitten. So there's no way that Carl is going to survive this situation. Carl is dead. And before it actually happened, before the episode actually premiered, I was really just 50-50. I kept thinking, no, they're not going to kill him. I mean, if they want to get the actor off the show, fine, but they could have him get captured or something. They're not going to kill Carl Grimes. Carl Grimes is going to be the last man standing. There's no way around that. You can't kill him off. And then, well, they're doing it. They're killing him off. And, a lot of people are discussing the behind-the-scenes situation with the actor and the actor's parents and AMC and Scott Gimple and, whose fault is it, what led to this to happen. It's largely speculated that this wasn't just, Chandler Riggs was just wanting to be on the show forever, and then they decided to, as just this super big twist, to kill Carl off. A lot of people are thinking there's something else going on, someone behind the scenes didn't want to do something. It wasn't just about the story. It wasn't just about a big plot twist. It's something that's behind the scenes that led to this happening. Now, the episode overall, it was okay. It was better than I expected it to be because I'm not a fan of this season. I think the show has just really gotten worse the last couple of years. I thought season 7 would be the low point of the show, and season 8 has made it look season 8 has made season 7 look like a masterpiece. Like, season 8 is, if anything, it's even worse, and I could spend hours talking about it, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this season. I'm not a big fan of where the story's going. I'm sick of the bad writing. I'm sick of the plot armor, the contrived situations. I'm sick of Daryl doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, and just over and over and over and over and over again. And we're supposed to feel sorry for him. We're supposed to be sympathetic to him. Like, he's just this broken guy that wants revenge, and he's impulsive, and he doesn't listen to anyone but himself over and over and over and over again. And I'm going to make a video about this, but it's just there's so much wrong with the season, and there's so much wrong with the show. I've almost given up on it, and killing off Carl should actually make me happy because I'm not a big fan of TV Carl. Chandler Riggs, he got better around season 6, and he got really good in season 7, but before that there was like all those seasons where his acting was not that good and his character was annoying. And I know he's a kid, but it doesn't change how I feel. It doesn't change that I didn't enjoy that character for that first 5.5 seasons, and it's hard to just wash that out of your mouth. It's hard to just let that go. Especially when the actor is just like, he doesn't even want to be involved in the show anymore. And I think, I don't want to put, I don't want to assume anything. And I think that's what a lot of people are rushing to. They're rushing to a conclusion, and I don't want to rush to a conclusion. I want to know the full story. I want to know exactly what led to Carl's death. But honestly, I'm not emotionally devastated that Carl's dying. I spent so long not liking him on the show that it's just, I don't care. But, I mean, there is the fact that he's so important in the comics, and I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of split. Like, I mean, they've been trying to really follow the comics lately with, you know, Glenn's death and Negan's dialogue and other things like that, like Shiva and Ezekiel. They've been trying to follow the comics a little more closely, and then they just kill Carl, and it's like, well, shit, what are they gonna do now? Overall, I just feel like the show's really fallen apart, and killing off Carl, I mean, that's gonna, it's not gonna be okay tomorrow. It's not gonna be okay the day after tomorrow. It's not gonna be okay a year from now. I don't think it's gonna be okay 10 years from now. This is gonna be the thing. This might be the thing that truly breaks The Walking Dead. It might. It might. Time will tell. But I mean, this episode overall, it was okay. It was kind of all over the place. Like, it had like Jerry and Carol, like they're in a car and they rescue Rick, and you know, the trash people, they run off after 2 seconds. And it's like all that just so they could run away again. I mean, you spent so much of episode 6 and episode 7 with the trash people, and then they just run away again. I mean, you could at least make it less obvious that it's filler. Like, episode 7 was just like nothing but filler. Eugene got a little bit of character development, but that was it. It was cool to see Ezekiel, you know, come back from the dark and actually help and save his people. That was cool. Like, when he was upset over Shiva in the comics, you know, it seemed like he was upset for a long time. And I know that, you know, the comics and the show are, you know, the comics, the comics are really hard to tell when time goes by. But with the show, I really didn't expect Ezekiel to get his shit together in this episode. I thought it would take him longer to get his shit together. So it was kind of cool that Ezekiel actually got his shit together and actually helped out. And, I mean, the characters were just all over the place. Simon finally came back, and I was hoping that Simon would get more screen time in the first half. He was only in 3 episodes out of 8 episodes. But in this episode, he does get like a really big, like 10-minute scene that was really awesome. It really kind of showcased Stephen Ogg's acting ability. And I do hope that in season 8B we get a lot of Simon, a lot of Stephen Ogg, because Simon is 110% going to die. I wish he wouldn't, especially if they're going to kill off Carl. Like, if you're going to kill Carl, let Simon live. Shit, you know, trade it. You know, but Simon's going to die. He's going to die in the second half. It's 110%. He's going to die. So I just hope that he gets a lot more screen time, because he was only in 3 episodes in this first half, and he's running out of time, so they need to give him a lot of episodes and a lot of screen time. And it was pretty cool what they did with Maggie. They actually have her like shoot a savior, that she goes to the little jail and shoots one of the saviors, and the savior's like egging her on. I was like, dude, you need to like beg for your life or something. But he just like calls her a cupcake and she shoots him. I was like, well, damn. I mean, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. If you're gonna call her a cupcake, she's already pissed off. And I mean, there's a lot that happened in this episode. Just a lot of like pretty much every character in the whole show. It was in this episode. Even if they got like a couple of lines of dialogue, even if they got like a couple of scenes. I just wish they would do this more often. Have most of the cast be in each episode, because it does seem like usually the more characters, the better the episode. When you have just like 2 characters or 3 characters, it's usually a shitty, slow filler episode. And AMC needs to stop being a cheap bastard and give the show money. They're not good. Scott Gimple and Robert Kirkman are not good enough to make a low budget show, and that's what they're doing. You know, AMC is just a cheap piece of shit. It's a cheap ass corporation, and no one seems to be willing to stand up to them. I'll stand up to them. AMC is a cheap-ass piece of shit corporation that needs to give the show more money to spend, a bigger budget for each episode. Boom. I mean, we've had this problem for years. Someone's gotta fix it. I mean, someone does. Like, it's really hurting the show when they have filler episode, 2 characters. The show would be better if more money is spent on it, and if the show is better, more people are going to watch it, and that might be why they killed off Carl, because it was a budget thing. That's what Ronnie Hayes said, that they might have killed off Carl because the actor was getting paid too much and they wanted to get rid of him so that they could save money. But they're making so much money. Like, The Walking Dead as a franchise is so successful. AMC is like just making, I mean, an ungodly amount of money because of The Walking Dead, but they're afraid to spend more than 2 cents per episode. It's, you know, you've got this show that's bringing you a shitload of money, but you don't want to give the show enough money to be exciting and have really cool deaths and have a bunch of characters be in every episode that would keep the show good and keep it making all that money. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, AMC is just so stupid and they don't learn. You know? So, I mean, that's one of the problems that I have, and I mean, I'm glad that this episode had, you know, 50 characters, but the only reason why a bunch of things happen in this episode is because it's the mid-season finale. The only reason why it has a bunch of characters is because it's the mid-season finale. The Walking Dead has been doing this the past 5 years. It's the first episode tends to be really good and has a lot of characters. The 8th episode tends to be really good and have a lot of characters. And then in between the first episode and the 8th episode, they're really good and have a lot of characters. There's just stuff in the middle. Usually filler episodes, just stuff. And usually each episode doesn't have a lot of characters. And they've got to fix this. They've got to learn. You know? But yeah, I mean, there was moments in this episode that I liked. I really liked Morgan coming out of the shadows like Batman. You know, Morgan is so badass. He's definitely the character I like the most that's still with us in the show. I'm really dreading him going to Fear. I'm just hoping he doesn't die. I just really don't want him to die. Just once. Leave the character I like alone. Just one time. I'm not a crazy person. I just want the character I like to survive one time. One. It's not a million, it's one. So I hope Morgan doesn't die. It was cool watching him like come out of the shadows like fucking Batman. He's gonna do some crazy shit in episode 9. He's probably gonna kill Gavin. Who knows? But yeah, Carl got a lot of screen time, and Carl was like doing like the morally right thing. And there was like a flashback with Carl talking to Rick about how you can't just hope that people survive. You got to help people. It's like, you know, he's gonna die when that happens. When Carl is like, you know, getting the morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. Even Carl Grimes can't survive the morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. The morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. It's like it's a psychopath murderer, and it kills anyone that it touches. The morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. That's the big bad of the show, not the zombies, not Negan, not the governor. The morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. Every time someone gets that good old morally pure, do the right thing dialogue, they die. And I mean, it's kind of annoying because I mean, just once or twice I'd like to actually not know when someone's gonna die, and I know when someone's gonna die because when they get the morally pure, do the right thing dialogue. I guess that's just the style of the show. But I mean, Carl got a lot of screen time, and that's another thing. You get screen time, you say a couple of words, and your name's not Rick, Daryl, or Michonne, you die. And I guess that applies to Carl. Carl got a few lines of dialogue, he got a lot of screen time, and he died. I mean, he's not dead yet, but he's gonna die next episode. I like the music. I like the music that was going with Carl being bitten, and when he was walking around, the explosions. I like that music. I was hoping they'd use one of the songs from the earlier seasons, like when Lori died. That, you know, with Carl's death, that would have been really beautiful. But the music with him dying is not bad. It's not bad. and and Rick and Negan getting into a fist fight was pretty cool. But like the whole episode was too dark. It had like that Alien versus Predator Requiem disease. It was just it looked exciting, but I couldn't see shit. It was too dark. The whole episode was too dark, and I think it's because they had a low budget, and so they made everything really dark so you couldn't see it as well. Again, AMC needs to stop being a cheap piece of shit. But you know, I mean, that's about it. This episode had a lot of little moments, a lot of just, you know, pretty much every character was in this episode in some way or another. Not enough characters. I mean, not many characters really had a lot of scenes or a lot of screen time. But you know, overall, it was an okay episode, and I like the acting with Andrew Lincoln and Danai Gurira. I can't say her fucking name, but Rick and Michonne when they realized Carl was bitten, and like Michonne is really upset. Like the actress that plays Michonne, she's really good when she actually gets to do something. Usually she just stares blankly at people or she grimaces, or I mean I don't know. But when she gets a chance to actually act, she usually does a really good job. And Andrew Lincoln's always terrific. And when he realized Carl's bitten, like he doesn't even process it. Like he just instantly goes to like he's trying to comfort Carl and like make this easy for him. Like he's not even going to the grieving process right now. That's probably going to be like episodes later, closer to the season finale. Like we're not going to see super traumatized Rick because this is so devastating. He's not even going to be able to get to that point yet. It'll take some time. And I like that. I like how Rick is actually, right now, he sees Carl's bite, and his first instinct is to comfort Carl and just, like, you know, calm him down and just, like, make this not so horrible for him because he's dying and he's turning. One thing I am really interested in is Dwight. If you read the comics, Dwight's story is pretty similar. There's a few differences, like his relationship with his wife, Sherry. Sherry is really different in general, but Dwight's story has been mostly the same. There's a few different variables like Daryl's existence and his relationship with Daryl and Tara, and how Daryl, Tara, and Rosita are always the ones trying to kill him. And in this episode, they're pretty much the ones who decide to let him live. But I'm really interested in what they're doing with Dwight. Austin Emilio, the actor, is really good. And he finally had a few moments to shine in this episode. And it looks like next episode he's going to have a few moments to shine because they just deviated from his comic story in a really big way, I think. Because his double agent story is over. In the comics, Dwight's double agent story ends at the end of All Out War. Now it's over, and it's the middle of the season. It's the middle of All Out War. Dwight is no longer a double agent unless he can kill Laura before she gets to Xavier or gets to Negan. Dwight can't. Dwight's a good guy now. Dwight has to be on Rick's team. He has to be publicly against Negan, publicly fighting Negan. So Dwight's double agent stuff is done. Unless they can kill Laura really quick, it's done. So I'm really like wondering, what are they going to do with Dwight? What are they going to do with Dwight in the back half of the season? They're not going to kill him off. He's going to live. But yeah, I mean, is he going to be a good guy? Is he going to get to know other characters? Are other people going to start to like him? Is it going to be kind of like Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, like with the burnt face and everything? Like, is that what's going to happen? Like, people don't trust him, and then they start to trust him. Because the three people that wanted him dead the most are the ones that decided to let him live. This whole like season, since the end of season 7, or hell, the season 6, there's been this whole big thing about Daryl and Rosita wanting to kill Dwight, and then Tara wants to kill Dwight. You know, and they want to kill Dwight no matter what. They don't care if he's a good guy. They don't care if he tries to redeem himself. And now there he was, shot in the shoulder, which, you know, it's TV logic, so it's like a paper cut. But you know, they had a chance to kill him, and then they let him live. Like, I think that was the moment they decided they're not going to kill him. As long as he stays a good guy, they're not going to kill Dwight. They might not like Dwight. You know, they may never be Dwight's friend, but they're not going to kill Dwight. If Dwight wants to be a good guy, he's just going to be a good guy. So I'm really interested in seeing where they go with Dwight, what direction his story will go, because I really like the actor. I'm a big comic Dwight fan. In the show, it's a little different, but I do like the actor, and I do look forward to what they do with Dwight in the show. But yeah, that's about it. That's my review of the episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. We have a lot more content we're going to add. Just bear with me. I've been a little busy this week, and the whole restarting the channel thing didn't help. But we're gonna get there, guys. It's gonna be fantastic. It's just gonna take time. But yeah, please subscribe and please hit that like button and let me know what you think of this episode. I'm gonna make a couple more videos about this episode and the events surrounding it, the controversy of Carl's death. I'm gonna make a video about Daryl because Daryl I want to strangle him to death and stab him with a I don't know, a machete. I'm so pissed at his character right now. So I'm gonna make a few videos about what's going on in this season and then with these characters and the circumstances and the controversy. So you guys got that to look forward to. Anyway, I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.